We are made up of three things: body, mind and soul. Alright? You can see the body. When we say my house, are you house or owner of the house? Owner, no. So when you say my body, are you body or owner of the body? Owner of the body. You are not body. Mind. You are not body, you are owner of the body. You get it? You ask anyone who you are, they point out this body, this JCB, big thing. You are not this body. You are saying, you speak, my body, so many times in a day. No. So how do you become house when you say my house? So how you become body when you say my body? You and your body are different things. You are owner of the body. So how can you be body? You are owner of the boot, your clothes. Then how can we become clothes? Right? Get it? Now see this hand. Does this hand go by itself? Mind. Mind ordered, body obeyed. Mind said up, hand went up. Mind said down, hand goes down. Mind says eat, we start eating. Mind says go, run, we start running. Mind says sleep, we start sleeping. Mind orders and body obeys. See, so who you are, mind or body? Mind orders. The person who orders is greater than the person who carries out the order. No. Get it? So you are not body, you are owner of the body and you are your mind. You are your mind. Now, then again, you are not even mind. Because you often say, please, my mind is upset. Again, my mind, my house, my body. Again, owner. My body, you are owner of the body. My house, you are owner of the house. Now when you say my mind, again you are owner. You are not mind. So who you are? Soul. You are three persons. One you think you are, the body. Everyone thinks this body. So when you say you are three persons. One you think you are. Two people think you are. There is the mind. And three you really are. The soul. So you have to get to that soul business. We are stuck up in body. We have to reach to your real self. The soul. You are hankering here. Doing all sorts of tricks, dirty tricks, and then you make a mess, and you are complicated. So when you get out of this body, and you come to your soul, then only the problem will be solved. Until then, cannot. Now if you are not mind, then what you are? Soul. That is real entity. The pseudo self. Body pseudo self. And soul is real self. The Mahant Swami is soul conscious. Totally. All the 24 hours he thinks himself as his soul. He can never think that he is body, never. He is always in that level, soul level, mind level and body level, 3 levels. We are in body level. You see, one conference was held in Bristol, Brighton, England, medical conference. There were 700 psychiatrists had gathered together from England, Scotland and Ireland, 3 countries. The medical conference ended and Prince Charles was presiding. He was president of that conference. Now he said many things, but he said one thing which is important to us. One paragraph. He said, the most urgent need, not urgent, most urgent need for a Western man, not Eastern, is to rediscover, is already discovered, that divine element in his being. Now what is divine element? Is body, soul. This will become a handful of dust. When it's burnt up, it's only one handful of dust, ashes. The Asti Visarjan matter. Asti Sugar. See, when a person dies and he's burnt up, that ashes is collected. Then we drop it in Gadla, Gela Nadi and Gondli Nadi or Ganga Nadi, Ganges, wherever, for purification of the soul. So we'll be reduced to this much only. You may weigh 100 kilos at present, but when you become ashes, only not even 2 ounces. Where is it all gone, that bulk? So what Prince Charles said, the most urgent need for a Western man, these are FRCPs, 700 FRCPs, Fellow of Royal College of Psychiatry, and they are, you see, very senior doctors, psychiatrists, and they have gathered together for the benefit of the country. They were planning that how could our country come up health-wise. That's why they had met there, and Prince Charles was invited as a president, and he's saying the most urgent need for a Western man is to rediscover the divine element in his being. Now what he says, without which there can never be hope or meaning to existence. That is important. Without the knowledge of soul, you can never be happy. Prince Charles saying, it's not we who are speaking this. This is our business. We will say that. When Prince Charles is saying these things, it's a matter to be thought over. He's a Western man, and who is, you see, worldly wise, he's important there, and he's not a spiritual man, but still he's speaking about spiritualism in the medical conference. The doctors have stopped him. Mr. Charles, you're off the point. This is not religious conference, not spiritual conference, this is medical conference. You're off the point. No one said anything. Everyone accepted it. And they were amazed when Prince Charles spoke such. So you see, and there's no meaning to existence. Priests always saying me, if you don't have knowledge of soul, useless being born on this earth. No meaning to existence. How dare you say that? He spoke, and to those 700 atheists, you see, they won't accept any nonsense. When they are accepting this, it means something, that you have to think about soul. Another thing, World Health Organization. World Health, who? They also speak about soul. And they say the 4 reasons they give for diseases. 1, hereditary. If your parents have some disease, it comes down to you and goes on generations along. Second reason, they say that is mind. Mind is densely related with immunity system. Your immunity system and mind are densely related. So mind goes down, immunity system goes down. There is fighting force in our body. Immunity system is fighting force in our body, which fights out virus and bacteria and protects you from being ill. So that is related with mind. If you are depressed, then immunity system goes down, and then virus and bacteria attack you. Nothing can be done. Only when you are depressed or when your mind is disturbed, or mind is unsteady, mind is dirty, mind is weak, then only all these things go on, and then there's complications going on. When you go to gym, you build your body. When you come to satsang, you build your mind. This is all the gym. Gymnasium for mind, satsang. Now at present you are attending mind gymnasium. But you have to practice hard. You see, people in your school, when you have physical training, you do exercises. And last line does this. They dance instead of going hard work. Dance. How can they build their body when you slack? That won't do. You have to do it perfect. So satsang also. If you don't do satsang properly, then how can you build your mind? You do satsang properly and see the result. Your mind becomes steady. I'll explain you by one incident how mind is important. See, in 1959, we were with Yogi Maharaj. We went to Africa, in Nairobi. We visited one Parsi gentleman's house. He had coffee gardens. And coffee is raw gold. He was multi-millionaire. His house was like a palace. And he had 30 servants, serving only 3 persons, father, mother and son. 30 servants. Each one had 10 servants. There are 18 cars, Buick, Chrysler, Dodge, those huge things, American cars. 18. Then, as we entered the house, we saw one big cage in one corner of the house, like that. See? That thing. You can't see through, but that cage only had bars, so you could see what was going inside. There's one man walking on his horse like an animal. Surprising, no? So Yogi Appa asked that Parsi gentleman, "Who's that person? What is he doing in cage?" Parsi gentleman started crying, shedding tears, and he said, "Swamiji, he is my one and only one son." So more surprising. So your son in cage, in your own house, in cage. And that dog was wagging his tail, jumped in the gentleman's lap, started licking his cheeks. See the thing. The thing which had to be in the cage is in the laps. The person who should be in laps is in cage. This is a controversy. So again, Yogi Maharaj asked that gentleman, "Why? Why is in cage? Your dog is in your laps, and your son, who is so important, and only one son, and in your own house." If he was in cage in another one's house, this could be thought over. But in your own house, and he's in cage, he says he's mad. He lost his senses, and so we have to keep him in cage. Again, Swami Baba asked, there's so many people who are crazy, mad, they don't need to be put in cage. You might have seen so many off the head. Have you seen anyone in cage? And especially this Parsi gentleman's house, in his own house, cage, in cage. So again, Swami Baba asked him, why in cage? Of course, it does not matter if he is mad. All right, take it for granted. But why is in cage? So again he was informed that he is hyperactive. If you bring him out, he is a Parsi gentleman, 6 feet tall, strong. So if you bring him out, he would break and shatter anything that comes in his hand. He reduce it to pieces. If person comes to him, he'll embrace him, break his bones, gnaw him, bite him, and see, you could harm anyone. So he has to be kept in the cage. Again Swamiji asked, does he bite you? Does he bite you? So Parsin again said, Swamiji, he does not know who we are. He does not know is this palace or which place he is in. He does not know whether it's day or night. He has no sense, nothing at all. And now the thing to be thought over comes. Now the wisdom to be derived comes. No mind is useless. If you don't have mind, and you may have everything at your leisure, but useless. See from this incident, there is only one son, 30 servants, 18 cars, huge palace, swimming pool, garden, coffee garden. It's no use, because he does not have mind. And one devotee used to come in Ahmedabad in Sunday meeting. He had lost both his legs, right from the root of the thigh. Both legs were lost, was cut off. He only had 50% of body. And he lived in one room, 10 by 10, rented room, not his own. And that also only 10 by 10. He has no legs, no house, no relatives, no friends, no well-wisher, nothing. But he had mind, so when he came to the satsang sabha, he enjoyed. And when he went back, he was more happier than a millionaire. Why? He has nothing, but he has mind. And that boy had everything, but he did not have mind. So what is important? Mind. Sound mind and sound body. People have sound body, but not sound mind. And that is why this all conflicts arise. You see in this world, only due to mind. See, people first they used to fight with their fists. Then they started fighting with stones, and then with bow and arrow, and then with guns, then with bomb and atom bomb, finally. What was needed? Changing the mind, not changing weapons. Still, there will be space wars now, star wars. People will be fighting there. This ground on earth is limited. They want more space. So they've gone and they're building up space stations there to fight out. What was needed? They should have changed their mind. We don't want to fight. We should understand each other and we should come to terms. Why become angry or lose your head? No need. Change must be made in mind, and they're making changes outside. See, we went to Germany in 1986, where Mercedes cars are being made, Stuttgart. We went there. And then they showed us all the cars. And ultimately, last 86 model, that airbag system was introduced. Now every car is compulsory for every car to have that system. But that was the first car we saw with this system. As soon as an accident is going to take place, that air cushion would come out between your steering and chest, so you are safe. Now, we praised that gentleman, the director of that company. You've done marvelous thing. So what did he say? It's only 10%. Still 90% improvement would be made in Mercedes car. We thought, where will the changes be made? Where is the place to be changed? Everything so perfect. Even 300,000 kilometers the car goes, still it won't require servicing. So perfect these cars are. So where will they make 90% changes? So our, Brahmvyari, he again asked, sir, who causes accident? Driver or car? Driver. You see, we say, drinking, driving don't go together. Drinking and driving don't go together. To whom does it relate? Driver or car? Does car know how to read? Naturally it goes to driver. Again it is said that driving and drinking don't make a good cocktail. one thing should be done, either drive or either drink. Both together, you see, plays hell. You drive like a hell and you will be soon there. You drive like a hell and you will be soon there. So all this relates to the driver. So from where I said, then where should the changes be made? In driver or in car? Driver, right? And where the changes are being made? In car. Problem would be solved. You go on changing, not 90 but 900% changes you make. Still, if you don't change the driver, he'll make an accident. So, driver is motive. Driver means mind. Driver means mind. What changes could you make in driver? If he's tall, he'll remain tall. If he's short, he'll remain short. If he's black, he'll remain black. Brown, white. You can't make changes in body. Make changes here. So that is the place where you should make change. The whole world is making changes outside, in house, in clothes. Go and do that. It does not matter. It's not enough. You've got to make changes in your mind to solve the problem. And that means do satsang. See, you ultimately come to this thing. By satsang, your mind becomes strong, steady, pure, and steady. So all these things, if your mind is steady, your mind is pure, you see the problem in whole world is fighting with each other. In house, husband and wife fighting, parents and children fighting, everywhere people are fighting. When could be that to put to an end? Only when your mind is pure. Dirty mind is the cause of all these complications, all these fightings. If your mind is pure, fighting will stop. So that is the importance of satsang. If you do satsang in this way, make your mind pure, make your mind steady, make your mind strong, and that is related with immunity system. The stronger your mind, the stronger your immunity system. That means inner military. It will fight out bacteria and virus, and you could be safe. So this is how the importance of satsang is. And see Pramukh Swami's mind. So many things he is handling at once, at the same time. But still he is not disturbed. He is light as anything. He is light as feather. He does not bother. He is responsible for the whole satsang. 850 saints, 850 temples. In your house, only 5 family members. But see what happens. They are not at terms, fighting, quarreling, or they are always cribbing. No one has peace. We don't have this, we don't have that, this, that. They are blaming each other. And so all these things, only in 5%. So what will happen if you have 850 in your family? It will wreck your mind. You will go crazy. Doom. So, see Pramukh Swami. Make him role model to become strong in mind. See his incidents, his prasangs. If you hear about him, how he handles people, how he handles situations, how he handles difficulties, and previous times when he was young, when he was not as heir to this satsang, at that time also he was same as he is today. There's no change. And that is why Brahma means that beyond mind, even beyond mind. So even if you have strong mind, it's quite enough to live a good, balanced life. And if you go beyond mind, when you enter spirit field, then that is something very different. Nothing to speak about it. But at least everyone, whether he believes in God or he doesn't believe in God, or whatever he believes, but he has to have a steady mind to become happy. He must have pure mind. If he is resentful, if he is all the time quarreling, or he is envious, if he is egoistic, all these things won't become happy. Only when you do away with these things, you can become happy. You see, when one thorn pricks your soul, the feet, sole of your feet, and if you wear these boots, $5,000 boot, would you be able to walk? Why? You paid $5,000. Why can't you walk? That thing, thorn, it spoils your happiness. And if you have one small thing in your eyes, can you sleep? Even if it's soundproof room, air-conditioned room, you have Dunlop pillow as you have this thing, bed, and if you're eating ice cream, but still that thing won't still make you distressed. That thing, until it comes out, you won't be happy. And once that thorn comes out, you can walk with plain feet, you can run about. But if it's there, you won't be able to walk even with the best shoes. That won't help you in walking. The same way, if you are envious, egoistic, if all these vices are there in your mind, you won't be happy. Even if you suppose you are eating ice cream, right? You are enjoying. If some person comes and says, you are a donkey, what will happen? Ice cream will become hot cream. It won't remain ice cream. It will become hot cream. And even might, you see, throw that dish at that person's head. He'll fling that dish on his head. Why? What has happened? Ice cream is same. Person who is eating is same. Person who is serving is same. Ceiling, flooring, the walls, all are same. Everything as it is. And why this took place? That word donkey, you see, struck the mind. Nothing else, not hands, legs, ice cream, nothing. That word donkey struck the mind, and everything toppled. Upside down. Everything lost its charm, lost happiness, and every war circumstance arose. Only with one word, donkey, and see what will happen. But if you are satsangi, you are a strong satsangi, if your mind is strong, you won't be disturbed. Let him say donkey, whatever he goes on saying. You are steady and calm. You think, I am soul, I am not body, I am not donkey, I am soul. So the wisdom. Only wisdom is required to become happy. Not money, not power, not anything else. That won't balance your life. Only wisdom, knowledge will balance your life. And wisdom, knowledge also about your soul. So now you have moved about, you have come to know many things that will make your life more powerful, more meaningful, and now you're going back. But one thing you should have in mind. Things which people think are important may not be important. People lay so much stress on money. But it's said, happiness is not a matter of worldly possession or good fortune. Happiness is not a matter of worldly possession or good fortune. It's a mental attitude. All comes to mind. So make your mind strong. To make your mind strong, you come to gym, satsang gym. Mahant Swami Maharaj ki